Greetings, North Cobb Christian School community. I'm so glad to have everyone back on our first day for K-3 through second grade, and certainly look forward to seeing our 3rd through 12th graders tomorrow. We've had a great week of activities with our Meet the Teacher and our parent orientations, new parent functions, and just so glad to see everybody back. Historic enrollment this year. We're looking forward to Circle of Prayer coming up next Tuesday, as well as our retreat for our 5th through 12th graders coming up later this week. Just wanted to send a quick video to catch you up on all things COVID. And so just want to remind you to refer to the Welcome Home document we sent out. There are some things in this video, as well as an attachment that will go with it that will supersede the Welcome Home document that you recently received. So I hope you'll pay close attention to the items I'm going to outline for you at this time. It's always a good idea, COVID or not COVID, if you're sick, to stay home. So please, parents, monitor the health of your children. And please know that we're continuing to do frequent cleaning, as well as encouraging kids to wash their hands on a regular basis. And so please help us with that. You may or may not know that the Department of Health in Georgia has offered for schools what we're calling modified quarantine. Modified quarantine, and so I wanted to give you a few pointers related to that. So if you are a student at North Cobb Christian School and you come in close contact with someone that has COVID, and it happens at North Cobb Christian School or at a North Cobb Christian School activity, and you are asymptomatic, you'll be fine to remain in school, but you will have to mask for 10 days. All right, so that's if you're in close contact at North Cobb Christian School or at a North Cobb Christian School activity, and you are asymptomatic, you'll be fine to stay in school, but you will have to mask for 10 days. Now, if you come in close contact with someone outside of our community, we will follow the regular quarantine guidelines where you'll be out of the mix for 10 days unless you test on day 5, 6, or 7. And that will allow you to come back on day 8. That must be a PCR or rapid antigen test. A PCR or rapid antigen test. That protocol will also apply if you come in contact with someone at North Cobb Christian School that has COVID and you are symptomatic. So those are 3 things I just covered. You come in close contact on campus or at a school activity and you're asymptomatic, you're good to go as long as you wear a mask. You don't have to be out of school. But if you come in close contact outside of our community, then you will have to follow the 10-day quarantine unless you test on day 5, 6, or 7 with a PCR or rapid antigen test. Provide those results returning on day 8. And that's also true if you come in close contact at a North Cobb Christian School activity, such as school or after school at a basketball practice. Then you will have to follow that same protocol where you're out of school for 10 days for close contact, or you provide that negative test that will allow you to come back on day 8, which means you would test on day 5, 6, or 7. If you get COVID during the school year, and that will happen, then please provide your test results to the school, because if you get into one of these scenarios and you've had COVID within the last 90 days, that changes the rules for you. That's also true if you've been vaccinated. So if you've been vaccinated or you have had COVID in the last 90 days, then it's important for us to have those documents in the school clinic with Jane Sulis, so we can make sure that we follow proper protocols for folks in that situation. I also want to mention that you received an email on August the 4th about waivers. This was sent out on August the 4th entitled NCCS Communications. You need to make sure you get all your waivers signed so we have good documentation for your children as they're here under our care at North Cobb Christian. I also want to remind you academically, if you're out of the community for any period of time for whatever reason, COVID, sickness, whatever the case may be, maybe you're at a wedding, we now have an opportunity in middle school and upper school to have our core subjects recorded and uploaded the following day in all of your core subjects: math, science, English, history, Bible, and foreign language. And of course, if you're in lower school and you've had to be out of school due to COVID or close contact, Mrs. Titus will have a customized learning plan so you can keep up with your academics during your time out of our community. Also, we will have a lunch table that will be kind of apart from the community, special for folks that are in a close contact situation, so we can make sure we maintain proper social distancing during the lunchtime, which is the only time folks will have masks off if they are required to wear a mask during that 10-day period. Beyond that, of course, masks can be worn or not worn. That's your decision as a parent. But if you're in a situation where we as a school are mandating that you wear a mask because of one of the situations I've just outlined, there will be a designated lunch table, and that would really be the only time of the day where you'd have to take your mask off to consume your lunch in a good way. So, hey, I hate to bombard you with all of this information. It's a fun world we're living in. I know you thought 17 months ago there's no way we're talking about this at this point in time in August of 2021, but here we are. We navigated last year in an unbelievable way. We pretty much had normal school, so stay encouraged. We're going to get through this. We're hoping that the stats in the U.S. follow what just transpired in England, which means that this thing hopefully will peak toward the end of August, and we'll certainly keep you apprised, and any changes we make, we'll communicate with you. I hope this video doesn't create more questions than answers, but maybe watch it 3 or 4 times. It's good fun. Pop some popcorn and sit down with your family and watch the wonderful COVID video from Mr. Klingman, and I'm sure everyone will love that. But we're looking forward to a great year. We want to make sure our kids have great academic opportunities, but we also want to keep athletics, arts, and student life going. It's so important for their mental health and for their maturation just in general. So thank you for the partnership. So great to see all of our families on campus, a tremendous number of new families. Let's make sure everyone feels welcome and transitions in a good way. We love you. God bless. We'll see you soon.